We've been waiting and holding tight for kidding season to start, and this morning, turns out goats are still holding out, but as you might know, we added sheep to our farm this summer. And the sheep decided they were going to go first. So we have our first 2 lambs on the farm. I actually came out here to let the goats out to eat. We've been keeping them in the barn at night just because our temperature for spring in the in Wisconsin is a little chilly at night, and I don't want anybody to be having babies outside in the middle of the night. It's just harder on everybody all around. We might miss them. So I let them out, and then I came in and I'm like, what's that baby doing over in the sheep pen? So there we go. Are doing pretty good. I just got them set up in the pen here, and we got a heat lamp set up. I actually need to move this hay feeder back here so that way when we feed the goats at night, we don't have any issues with flammable issues, but that's easy to adjust. These heat lamps are great. They're from Premier. But the heat lamp just to keep them a little warm, and then we've got some feed, and then we've got water here for the ewe, and in the water you noticed it's green. We just like to use a little bit of actually it's designed for goats, but I'm sure it can work for sheep, but it's from Tech Mix. It's like a Gatorade for livestock, and so it's just a nice way to give a little boost to mom and also incentivize her to drink more water as she gets adjusted to her new babies. So the other thing I'm going to do is you'll notice you might see down there they both have their umbilical cords hanging down, so I'm going to trim them. I had to run into my storage area and get my special scissors. I have scissors specifically for this. I disinfect them. I trim their umbilical cords, and then we use a little bit of iodine to dip them in. And this is a little tool. I add on new little things every year. So I got this from Premier One as well. As you can tell, they're one of my favorite sheep and goat suppliers. But usually we even use just like the little party shot cups you can get at the dollar store. But we'll dip their navel, and that'll just help prevent them from getting any infection. So, all right. So then on these 2, they've been trying to nurse. So then I'm also going to make sure they nurse so they both get colostrum, and then I'll keep an eye on them, especially today. So, all right. I see a few people had some questions. If you're still on here. Can they burn themselves on the heat lamp? It's so low. So that is something you need to be concerned about. So what the nice thing about these heat lamps is that they have a lot more protective measures than the traditional metal heat lamp. So there's this plastic cover here that protects them from getting any farther up, and then we also have it clipped and secured up here, so it should minimize any risk of falling or either falling, flammable, or touching the animals that way. But good question. I really like these style. They're more expensive, but the safety measures for the animals and just your facilities is really great. So, but yeah, there's our little lambs. Look at that little tail. We just got them sheared earlier this week, and then I could start to see the formation of their udders. And these are first-time moms, so I knew it wasn't going to be too long when they were due. And technically, I think we put a breeding harness on the ram when we go to breed them in the fall, and that way we know roughly when to expect the lamb. So technically, I think it's supposed to be early next week when they were due, but it's not uncommon for them to come a little early too. So, all right, have a good day. I got to get these 2 adjusted, and then I've got a meeting I've got to run off to, and